Hello everyone and welcome back. Yesterday got to 96 degrees and the feels like was 101. And last night thunderstorms went through and dropped, my rain gauge said 1.38 inches of rain. It was so hot yesterday I didn't want to plant this grapevine I got from my brother John, but I thought today I'm going to get it in the ground. I'm just going to put it in here. It can climb the fence and fend for itself. That rain was really nice for the garden, but it's been real windy today, so at the same time it's drying it back out. Well, now that that's planted, we'll just leave it there and let it grow. I'm sure it'll grow just fine during the summer. But up here, it all depends on how the winter goes. My brother John lives just south of the city, so he's a good 1.5, if not 2, growing zones below this area. It'll be interesting to see. I would love to have a grapevine that produced some grapes. Bees are all over her right now. Takes a lot less time when we're dropping it. Look at all those. I know. Well, I was hoping to get this project done tonight, but it's 8 o'clock. And usually from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock I'll edit videos, and then again in the morning when I first wake up. So I'll have to finish this up sometime tomorrow, hopefully. I came in here and started the air conditioner because I was going to pull that toilet tonight. Brought the tools over to the bottom of the steps right there. Looked at the garden and started on that project, and I never made it in here. That wind has just been relentless today. Didn't really know I was at work today, and then when I got home here, everything is wide open here, so when it blows, it really blows. Oh, I took the old dirt that was in the pots, put it back where we dug it up. I think what this was at one time was a huge pile of sawdust from the cabinet shop that was here before. And yes, it composted into dirt, but it needs to be mixed with something else to be good dirt. Out here in the pasture, I mowed this side over here one time. In the back one, I haven't mowed at all. And I'm just leaving it because you can see all these flowers, and Melissa has those bees, and this is just free bee food here, and there's a lot of honeybees that have been flying around on them. I mean, they just have acres of food. I thought that was like a 6x6 buried in the ground. I didn't know it was a tree stump. Can't tell you how many times I hit that with a mower. I was really hoping to get out today and cut some more of this pile. Just ended up, I mean, I was in the camper and took that toilet out and had to order a part for that, and then just, you know, one thing leads to another. Tomorrow is going to be close to 90, so, and I have to work tomorrow, so I'm not going to get anything cut tomorrow, but it's supposed to cool down some this weekend. I do get the question in comments quite a bit about why I don't, you know, have somebody come out here and bale this and make some extra money on it. And I'm really not sure what kind of grass this is. The reason we left it long this year is we keep talking about getting a couple of cows. She wants to have we want a cow and a calf, and we'd like to get a cow that's already bred for next year. So we're still trying to figure that out. I would have to run barbed wire and then electric fence, and this would be the field I would want to put them in. But I'm not real sure. The grass in here, I don't know. To me, it almost looks like a red fescue, which isn't a very good choice for pasture. In fact, some of the stuff, some places say it's fine, other places say it's like poisonous or something. I don't know. But anyway, we left it long this year because of that, and just strictly because look at all the flowers for the bees. And if I don't get this fenced in this year, I will mow this down come fall. And as far as I'm concerned, the garden is completely planted. Got all of the herbs sitting over here, hanging off the side. Zucchini squash, yellow squash, watermelon, even some cucumbers that I screwed up. There's 4 cucumber plants on the end that were supposed to go in the bales. All the tomatoes, and then all these peppers. The first 8 are like a bell pepper, and then all the other ones are different types of hot pepper. And on the end, I think, are banana peppers, tomatoes. We went over some of this before. Cucumbers, beans. And then this whole mess over here, which kale, eggplant, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, which is the hardest thing because they need like 100 days or 90 days, and we don't really get that up here, but we'll try it again. And over in these bales is just all the extra plants. I kind of feel bad. Those right there are zucchini, or not zucchini, but acorn squash, I'm pretty sure. And I wanted them to be in the dirt, but they ended up in a bale. I'll just have to make sure I keep watering them. And this right here, in the middle part of the garden here, after that first year, we had those, I don't know, they're like a tomato inside of a husk. Almost looks like a Japanese lantern. You guys will know what I mean. And I think that's what's coming up right there. I can't be positive, so I wanted to protect that. And then over here, there was 2 other ones that wouldn't fit in the fence, so I planted them there. If they're just a weed, I'll pull them. But last year, we had so many of them that grew, and we got a lot of them out of there, so I thought, you know, I'm going to protect them just to see. I'll come in here and do some of the weeding in the dirt part, and otherwise, this garden is pretty much handed over to Melissa now. Another thing marked off on my list of things to do in the spring that you only have to do once, but it takes a lot to get it finished. All right, everybody, it's 8:15. I'm gonna call it a night and go in there and edit some videos. See you guys after work tomorrow. Today, and I got home about 4 o'clock, and then I started mowing, and then I remembered that I have to get chicken food today, and I totally forgot on my way home. So I don't know, it's probably 6:15 right now. I'm running up to get some chicken food at L&M. I stopped in and got a couple bags of chicken food. Now I have to stop at Super One and get 2 green peppers and some milk, I think, is what was on my list. Melissa's gonna make homemade sloppy joes. Melissa said that the rain is supposed to start in about an hour, so I want to get this part mowed around the chicken coop. Oh, I gotta feed the chickens first, but anyway, I want to get this part mowed before it starts raining. Sloppy Joes. That storm came up quick. It was just one little one that went through, and hail and strong winds. Storm is done. Blue skies coming this way. Good morning, everybody. I want to see if I can get the forklift tire to the bolts to loosen, and I don't know that I have a socket that's that big. I don't think I do. I had to go get this one to take the element thing out of the travel trailer hot water heaters, because I didn't have a big enough one for that. I'll probably have to measure it and go up to L&M and get one. Several things are, once the Louisiana house closes, which now, it was set up for yesterday, but they were waiting for paperwork, and then that paperwork came in, and now it's set up for next Thursday, and hopefully if everything goes good, then we can move forward. I don't think that we'll put an addition on the actual farm this year, but we have some other major things that we are planning on doing that we can talk about more after that house closes. Until that thing closes, I am not saying anything because you just never know. You guys remember last fall I doused this thing with the PB blaster. Never got around to trying to pull this. Get a tape measure that shows me a little bit better numbers. Let's take old reliable down there. Hopefully I have everything I need now. Well, this project is not going to happen today. I don't even think I have to find my impact. I don't even know where my plug-in one is, and I don't think it's big enough to do this. I just don't think it would have enough power for that. I mean, it literally twisted the extension, the longer extension. It just started twisting the actual metal there. It didn't budge anything on the actual tire. I mean, you can see this thing here, it was perfectly straight before. It just started twisting and bending it. And then the second time I used this one here, I mean, I could crank on it far harder. I just think it'll break something. Nope, it's not happening today. If I can get those to get loose, then all you do is you extend the boom way out, take the forks, shove them down into the ground, lift up. It lifts the whole back end of this thing right out of the, right up in the air, so I don't have to jack anything up. I can just pull the tire, throw it on a trailer, and bring it down to Duluth. This thing's been making some weird noise and not cutting evenly, and I see that the blade underneath is bent. And it's about time I put new blades on this anyway, but I decided to take that belt off because it seemed like I could look down and see this was vibrating. And there's almost about a 1/4 inch of play in that. Well, there's the problem. I've never seen one where that whole bearing went out. I mean, I've got a brand new bearing. And I see it ground some of the top of this off. And I've got some spindles. Normally I would just replace everything. I don't like this one. It just kind of rides rough. This one I don't like because you see there's a gap there. And that doesn't. That would make the blade a little bit different height than the other one. This one isn't bad, but it's rusted right here, so it would be hard to get the actual pulley back on, whatever I did with the pulley. Actually, I need to get a different, I have a different pulley in there, because this is even, doesn't have any, I mean, that should fit tight right there. And this one is probably my best bet. Oh, that one there, all of these are gone. Let's see which one. I'm going to pull this spindle. I'll put the new spindle in, put this in, and I'll still order new ones, but it's just going to vibrate and come loose again if I don't replace this. I'll replace the blade, but it's so much easier to work with if you've got like something on this side when you're putting it in, and then tighten down this bolt. Then I've got this pulley to hold on to somewhat when I'm working on this part. If you take it all off, you're kind of lost. No movement. No movement. They did have a set of blades, and they're even original Husqvarna blades. That doesn't look too bad. It was really uneven. Well, that blade was bent way over, so of course it was. Seems to work good now. Those new blades work pretty good. Got the other mound system mowed. Wasn't even going to film that, but then 2 videos ago, somebody commented and said, I don't wash my equipment, and I'm not going to wash my riding lawnmowers, and I'm too hard on my equipment. And that video, I wasn't being too hard. This was a little hard on the equipment, but what else is going to mow it? You can't drive your tractor over the top of a mound system. It gets the job done. If the spindle goes, you can see it doesn't take that long to switch it out. Clouds are rolling in. Cold front must have went through because it got to like 85 degrees today, and it had to have dropped at least, I don't know, probably 20 degrees. It's cooler out now. There was like 10 raindrops that landed on me. But that's a pretty good bank of clouds. We might get some rain. Usually if the comes from over in here, we get wet. Over here, a little bit. It all depends on if they're coming this way, and it kind of looks like they are. These pants are just grimy. They definitely need a shower. Probably want to throw in a load of laundry too. It's 8 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. We had real strong storms come through about 1:30 in the morning. And it was actually still raining this morning when I woke up. It just stopped maybe about an hour ago. And now I got the charcoal going. I'm going to cook up some chicken and some sausage. And I think we're going to have mac and cheese and mixed greens for lunch. Mosquitoes about eat you alive. It's been weeks like this. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon right now. Just been a crappy, it hasn't rained this hard since this morning, but this just started. It's just been kind of misty, and then it'll rain a little bit, and not a day that you can do anything outside. So I decided to come out here and attempt to put one of these chairs together. Maybe I can get into it this time. Last time I was out here to do it, I didn't feel like doing it, and I found something else to occupy my time. I have 2 of the frames finished, and this is the hard part. It would be the hardest part, except for I have to go ahead and run the deck boards through the planer and everything, but this part here I find excruciatingly hard because it's different if you're just doing one chair, but when you're doing more than one chair and they all have to generally look the same, even though none of this is the same, it gets real frustrating trying to get it right. You know, like when my dad makes those tables, at least he's working on just one piece. You can change it as you go, do whatever you want. You're not making one just like it, you know, again. What would have been an absolute feat of whatever was when he made all of the chairs for the table in the backwoods cabin. I mean, every chair is different, yet every chair had to be the same in a way, so they all matched, and that would have been made out of, you know, the diamond willow, and that would have been very, very hard. Hard on you if you don't have much patience, and I have patience for some things, but you know, and I do have patience. This isn't hard to do, it's just frustrating to do because I want every log to be exactly the same, and it would be really super simple to do this, you know, but when you've got one that's maybe 2.5 and one that's 3 1/4 and you're trying to make it all look good, it gets a little tough. I'm going to call it a night. It's almost 20 after 8. What I really wanted to do was finish these today, but obviously that didn't happen. And then I wanted to just finish the bottom, but now it's 20 after 8. I try to get in by 8 o'clock because otherwise when you go to bed at 10, what ends up happening when you do that all the time is pretty soon it's like you don't spend any time with me. So she just messaged me and said it's after 8, so I can get this tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Nasty morning. It got down to 53. It's windy. There'll be some mist, but if you think about it, 53 is like 87 degrees warmer than it was when I said it was miserable and 30 below zero in the wintertime. It just feels miserable this time of year. It's actually almost 10 o'clock in the morning now. I was doing some stuff inside. Thought I'd run out here and work on these chairs for a while. Melissa's going to do a breakfast for lunch because we usually try to do that every weekend, at least on one day. I thought I could make some progress on this. Melissa just messaged me and said it's about 15 minutes until lunchtime. I better head in for lunch. They're looking good, almost done. Another project complete. I have room for a couple more chairs. I think next time I'm going to make the Adirondack chairs. I don't like those chairs at all, but they would be really comfortable, and I know Melissa would sit in them. And I've got a spot on both sides for one. And they would be a lot easier to build than these were. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. Everything in the garden is looking good, and even the beans are coming up. I will see you guys on the next video.